So a lot of us, we want to become successful. A lot of us, we want to get to a better position because maybe we're struggling right now. Maybe we just have a lot of self-doubt. Maybe we are going through a whole lot. And right now, we need help. We need to get to that better position, and becoming successful is all we think about. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was in that position too. Because when it came to content, I wanted to become the top content creator. I wanted to make the most money. I wanted to do all of these things, have the nicest car. And then I realized, man, me chasing success is what led me to become broke. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It led me to become a failure. It really led me to become a failure because I realized I was putting success over God. I realized that I was putting success over everything, and I was stressing about it. I was stressing over stuff that I couldn't control, and you might be in the same position. And I want to give you some advice that can help you out. I mean, it's what helped me out with content. I gained over 50 million views when it came to content. I gained over 50K on TikTok. I've been making thousands of dollars. I've been able to travel and do all of these nice things. So I want to be able to help you guys out. One thing I realized about success is success will come when it's time. So a lot of us right now, we're kind of like trying to rush the process. A lot of us right now, we're trying to get to that better position by tomorrow. But you have to understand that it's not going to come by tomorrow. You have to understand it's not going to come by next week. You have to make sure you're doing what you're doing to become successful. So for me, I wanted to go up with content. And I was like, why is my YouTube videos not hitting? Yeah, I'm not posting every single day. And that's something I struggle with, because if I'm saying I want to become successful, yeah, I'm not putting into work. How can I expect success to come? A lot of us expect God to just hand certain things to us. And God is not just going to hand it to you. God is not just going to hand you $10,000 a month. God is not just going to hand you $20,000 a month. No, he wants you to put into work. He wants you to put faith in him. Another thing I realized too is don't put success over God. So I was so stuck up idolizing success, putting it over God, that God made sure that I was not going to become successful until I put him first. If you strive for God as hard as you strive for success, I promise you, you would have been successful. But realize success is going to come when it comes. Just make sure you're doing your part. Make sure you're grinding every single day. Make sure you're showing up every single day. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing so you can get to that better position. The next thing I wanted to get into is don't compare your story to other people's story. When God created you, he had a reason why he created you. You are special. You are unique. You are different. So you can't compare yourself because you see another 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, they're driving in a Lamborghini and maybe you're in a Honda. Maybe, who knows what you're in. Maybe you're still in your mom's crib. At the end of the day, it goes back to what I first said. It's going to come when it comes. If you're putting into work, if you're grinding, if you're showing up every single day, don't compare your story, because your story can define you. At the end of the day, I realized this with me. I went through so many setbacks, but that's what sets me apart. I could talk about it. I could talk about all the setbacks I went through. I could talk about all the times where I was crying, where I was down bad, where I was hurt. I'm not going to live like somebody else. I'm not going to compare myself to other people, because I know that's their life. That's their story. God gave them their story, and I have my own story. And you have to realize that about yourself. You have your own story. You have your own plot. You have your own chapter. So at the end of the day, if God is not giving you something right away, don't be mad at God. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't feel terrible. Don't overthink just because you see all these other people having success. You don't know what they went through. You don't know what they've been through to get to that successful position. So at the end of the day, comparison is the thief of joy. I know you guys heard that saying over and over again. Don't compare yourself. At the end of the day, this is your life. You live how you want to live. And if you're putting into work, I promise you everything is going to happen when it happens. Came to content, I was so big on like, why am I not making 10K months yet? Why am I not like at this certain position? And then I realized, Nate, relax. You literally started in October of 2025. That's less than a year ago. I mean, it's about to come up it's about to come up, but still that's less than a year. Why am I stressing about making 10K months? Because I'm looking at all these other creators and I'm saying, oh, you know, they was making money. They're making like 20K months. They're making 30K months. And I was like, Nate, it's going to come when it comes. And that's when the money started to roll in. When I started to stop stressing about it, remember what I said, stop stressing over what you can't control. Money started coming in, views started coming in, followers started coming in, and then I realized this too. And I actually shout out to my man's Recent the Cut, because he has said this. You can't do certain things only because of the money, only because of the benefits. No, you have to love it. You have to fall in love with the process. You have to fall in love with the setbacks. You have to fall in love with you struggling, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna put you into a better position. If you're doing it for the good and not just for the money, stuff is gonna be like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's gonna be handed to you. God is gonna give it to you. One thing I realized, if God sees you can handle little, he's going to give you big. So if you're grateful for your situation, if you're grateful that you're struggling, if you're grateful that you're going through all of these setbacks, I promise you, God is going to see that and he's going to bless you with so much more. So that's why I say, bro, no matter what, be grateful. No matter what, don't compare yourself. No matter what, realize that it's going to come when it's supposed to come. The next day, and it goes back to everything I say, Take it one day at a time. If you know, you want to start making 10K months by next month. No. Okay, I got to start making at least $200 a day. How can I do that? Maybe working my 9 to 5 while also doing DoorDash on the side, while also getting started on content, while also getting started on my clothing brand, while also getting started on my business. Whatever you want for yourself, you have to realize this. It takes effort. So maybe you do have to do DoorDash on top of your 9 to 5. Maybe you do have to put more work into your clothing brand. Maybe you do have to put more work into your content. Whatever it is, take little steps. I promise you, take little steps. Take it day by day. And when you realize you have like obtainable goals, I think that these goals, they're not easy to reach, but they are easy to reach. For example, making $200 a day, that's easy. Your 9 to 5, I think you make around like 120 if you work 8 hours, and then if you work a couple more hours doing DoorDash, you make $200 a day. And if you do that like every single day, bro, you're gonna start stacking up money. And then you can put that other $100 into investing into your business, into investing into something else. End of the day, make sure you have small goals that you can start reaching now, and then you can build up to the big goals. Because that's something I realized. I was stressing about getting to this big goal, and then I realized, Nate, you have to take it step by step. For example, YouTube. Start posting every single day on YouTube. Before you start talking about making big money, before you start talking about, living in this nice penthouse, living in all these big things, start posting on YouTube. Start posting every single day. Start being more consistent, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you to that better position. That's what's going to get you to that 10K month. That's what's going to get you to that 20K month. Whatever you want for yourself, if you start small, I promise you it's going to work out like that. Now, the last and final thing is realize you can become so much more. So a lot of us right now, we're sitting in our bedroom, we're laying down, we're lazy, we're probably self-doubting ourselves. We're probably, we're real negative. But you have to realize who you can become. Maybe you're watching this video as a sign. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm not even doing nothing for myself right now. And I just saw this video and I just decided to click on it. And this is your sign. Realize who you can become. Because last summer, I was a bum. I wasn't making no money. I wasn't doing anything with my life. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And then I decided, why not get started on content? Because I've been wanting to do this ever since I was like 15. And I made motivational videos and then I deleted them. I made motivational accounts and then I deleted them because I was too scared of what people might say. I was too scared of my family was going to see it. And then when I just got started, I realized that I became so successful with it. And it's the same with you. Realize that you can become that successful person. Realize that you can become that better version of you if you just decide to lock in. If you just decide to get started. And once you get started, you're going to realize, of course, yes, it's not easy, but it's also not hard. Now, what do I mean by it's not hard? Because you build that discipline. You do it every single day and you start to realize, man, I'm turning this into a habit. When it comes to content, I turn this into a habit. I post like 3 videos a day, 3 TikTok videos and, YouTube short videos. I don't really post long form content like that, but I'm going to start posting every single day. But literally, you start to build that habit. You start to build the discipline. And it's the same with you. Maybe it's working out. Maybe it's investing your money. Maybe whatever it is that you want to get started on, get started. Do it every single day. If you show up every single day, I promise you're going to see the growth. And I know I said that was the last thing, but let's say the last thing is trusting in God no matter what. If you put your faith in God, if you put your trust in God and you really love God, you really give him all your love and your attention and your effort, I promise you, you're going to succeed. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm starting to read my word every single day. I'm starting to pray every single day because I'm starting to realize I am nothing without God. For me to be able to travel to Atlanta, for me to be able to do all of these things, it's all glory to God. I mean, content is funding everything for me right now. Content is funding my gas, my food, my traveling, everything. And that's why I say I give all praise to God. And I want to be able to do this without God. And that's why I'm telling you this right now. Yes, you want to become successful. Yes, you want to get to this better position. But realize you cannot get to that better position if you do not put God first. If you do not put that trust in God. If you do not have faith in God. Realize that God is everything. God is love. God is peace. So when you put your trust in God, when you put effort in God, he's going to make sure that he blesses you and make you successful. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video. And I'm about to be dropping more bangers.